What's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 9 and 10. I know that lately I've been doing like some double videos, but it just seems like every other day has been crazy lately. And so I've been again. Let's do some key takeaways real quick. I'm not giving up, and I'm still on Carnivore, guys. So, all right. So for those of you maybe just clicking on me for the first time, hey, this is just my channel where I use this as a daily sort of vlog, or I post as many videos as I can to try to document my journey, my ups and downs. And this is day 9 and 10 of take 3, meaning this is my third attempt at Carnivore. The first attempt lasted almost a year, lost 90 pounds. Second attempt was like 2 weeks recently, and then I just started over, and I'm on take 3. And I'm committed, though. I'm committed this time. So, guys, let's get into it. I'm going to tell you what I ate the last few days, how I've been feeling, and what my goal is. All right. I think it's important that you know what your goal is. Okay. So yesterday, I had 2 hot dogs and a small bag of pork rinds. And then for dinner, I had ground turkey. I had a pound of ground turkey, and I seasoned it with my like taco seasoning. And the downside, and I will say this is a downside, is that I wanted to have some cheese on it, but I ended up eating too much cheese and ate it. I ate an entire block of like 8 ounce block of cheese. It was finely shredded. It was melting in real good with everything, and I just got maybe carried away. So like a pound of turkey with half a pound of cheese, basically. So good though. It was like having a taco night. And that, of course, the chili powder, like the taco seasonings, loosened me up a little bit. So potty wise, went back to having a little bit of urgent, potty breaks for a little bit. But it does help to cleanse a little bit. But not too bad. Not too bad, though. I don't want it to scare you guys. So yesterday, again, wasn't really too bad. I had, of course, I've been, drinking my coffee daily, like one big tall cup with heavy cream. Now, I know some of you have been saying like, hey, like once you drop the dairy, I stopped drinking like coffee with heavy cream, and that really helps with weight and things like that. And you guys are right. I will be doing that. But let me tell you about day 2, and then I'm gonna tell you about my goals. So today, I say day 2 out of it, day 9 and 10. You know what I mean? So day 10, the second day in this video, today ended up having 2. I think they were kind of like the sausages. I think they were a wurst, like a cheddar wurst or something. The gas station didn't have at the time. I had to pick, and it was like I had cheddar wurst, like Eckrich cheddar wurst or something like that, and then I think they were like some kind of bratwurst type thing, but with cheddar in them. And then there was like jalapeno, and then there was like those tornado thingies, where they're like fried things. So I didn't have a good selection this time, so I went with the cheddar wurst, 2 of those, and another small bag of pork rinds. And for dinner, I actually did a pound of ground beef that was made with some beef broth, and I had something with it. What did I have with it? Oh man, I had 3 eggs. Oh yeah, and I have a pitcher. So there you go. So I had 3 over medium eggs and I actually ate the whole pound, a pound of ground beef, and it's made the way I was telling you guys. My taco meat yesterday and the ground beef today was all made with that technique I was telling you guys about, cooking it with the cup and a half of water or beef broth, and cooking for a half hour covered, a half hour uncovered, till it reduced down to just like a nice saucy, like you've seen in the picture, just looking like a nice juicy ground beef. But today was like a normal, just seasoned with like onion powder, garlic powder, just some basic stuff there, salt, pepper. I don't always do a lot of pepper and stuff like that. Again, if I can, a lot of times I just do salt, especially with my steaks and everything. And of course, I had coffee tonight. So that's pretty much it for the foods. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. So let me tell you about my goals, and this is important, is because I know some of you are like, hey, do this, don't do that, do this, don't do that. There's many different ways of approaching carnivore. But I personally am going to give out some advice to people that are like me and have a hard time with sugar and carbs and moderation. People like myself. The carnivore diet is amazing. Okay. And once you get in the routine, once you get in the rhythm, and you get, a month down the road or so, like you most likely won't slip up unless you actually choose to. You won't have the urges. Okay. Right now, I'm still in the phase where I have some pretty strong urges at times. When I did this the first time, and I made it almost a year, after the first month or so, I didn't really have urges. And I never really had urges to ever, I didn't have strong urges. It was just my simple choices to start drinking. And I've talked about this before. So I made bad choices, but it wasn't based on strong urges. So ultimately, the urges will go away. That's really what I'm trying to say. So for now, my goal is not so much, I'm not trying to nitpick on, those hot dogs could have grain fillers, things like that, which is true. You guys are absolutely right. There could be some bad things in the hot dogs that maybe I don't see in the ingredient list or whatever. Maybe I'm grabbing some stuff that I don't have a chance to see the ingredients. The coffee, the caffeine, the heavy cream, all these things, the cheese, right? So I get it. But my first focus is to just eat carnivore. My goal is look, I don't care if I'm overeating, undereating sometimes. I don't care about any of that. My goal is to just continue at least anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks of not even worrying about anything other than staying in the carnivore wheelhouse. Right? So it's if I can just stay in the carnivore, if I can just stay on the wagon, stay in the wheelhouse for those 2 to 4 weeks, just get through that stuff without stressing. And seeing that's something that I wasn't always doing here recently. Whenever I would go back to carnivore, is I was immediately trying to go back into strict mode. I was trying to always jump back into the advanced thinking of carnivore, when in fact I really had to stop and say, you know what? I'm starting over basically. My body is starting over basically. So let's, not stress about things. Let's just eat, even if I'm eating when I still feel a little full or whatever, don't matter. Let me just eat a lunch. Let me eat a dinner. I'll eat a good amount. And let me just make sure it's in the carnivore wheelhouse, whether there's cream, cheese. Obviously I'm trying not to just blow it out with cheese, although 8 ounces of cheese today was yesterday was kind of a blowout. But I'm just saying, like in general, you guys have been, I've been telling you everything I've been eating, and other than the coffee, I haven't had a lot of dairy. So, but that's what I'm saying. I just want to focus on sticking to carnivore no matter what right now. Because also, one thing too that I didn't is they always tell you listen to your hunger, right? Listen to your hunger. If you're like bored, whatever, then don't just eat. Blah blah blah. They tell you that. The problem is that when you can't go by that in the beginning. So now that I'm starting over, my body's out of whack, my hormones are out of whack. You really can't listen to your hunger signals because your brain is telling you other things. Okay. So that's why for me, I just was like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to eat within carnivore wheelhouse. And then as my body stabilizes, will naturally, obviously, probably start eating to the point of where it's like I will start listening to my hunger signals and those type of things. And I will wean it back. I will cut dairy down and probably even cut coffee out. So I will be weaning those things down. I just want to let you guys know my goals and what I personally probably recommend now in hindsight, looking back at, the fact that I've successfully done this for a year, but then I've also failed, and I've also had many failed reattempts. And now I can say, hey, this is what I think would help the best is just focus on carnivore. Don't try to go back to the days of, when I got to the advanced stages of carnivore where I had everything down to a science. I could eat whatever, certain things, I can't just jump right back into that. So now it's stepping down. And so that's why you're seeing me eating some of these, maybe seems like maybe more food than what I was eating before. I'm going to start incorporating more eggs like I did tonight. I want to start incorporating more eggs into my diet again. So that's some of my goals. I hope this video helped. If you did, please click like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, guys. I appreciate you. Again, comments are everything. I really appreciate hearing from you guys. And I'm trying this time. I'm determined, damn it. I'm determined. Oh, and also I do want to say one last thing. Remember, your body prioritizes healing over weight loss. So don't necessarily think that some people may start carnivore or restart carnivore, like in my case, but I don't really feel like I'm losing any weight. I don't really want to get on the scale right now because my clothing, there's just certain feelings where I don't feel like I'm getting any thinner right now. My clothing doesn't seem to be looser or anything like it did before yet. So that's why I'm not worried about it yet. Once I feel like, my clothes getting a little loose and like looser and blah, blah, blah. Like once I start knowing that, okay, I'm pretty sure I'm losing some weight, then I'll check on my progress. But for now, it's just let my body just enjoy carnivore, regardless whether it's too much, too little. Try not to be too little, and then once my body feels safe and comfortable and happy, it'll start losing weight. So, things will naturally start to progress. Anyways, all right, guys, thank you for joining me on days 9 and 10. We will see you tomorrow. Oh, shoot. I just keep thinking of things. Guys, if you guys, some of you may have joined me in one of my first previous, you can check out either day 8 or days 6 and 7 or whatever. But I was talking about how this coming up weekend, I'm going to be in Knoxville for 3 days at the CreepyCon. I'm going to be doing some appearances. With that being said, I don't know how the videos are going to go. So I may be coming back home at night because Knoxville's not too far from me. I may be coming home at night and may be able to jump on here and do a video. I don't know, but if you don't see a video in like 3 days, don't be scared. I'm not giving up, guys, and I don't want you to give up either. I'm bumping the mic. All right, we'll see you guys later now. For real. Bye.